Most barndominiums fall into one of two extremes. They're either too industrial or too rustic, cold metal boxes or overdone farmhouse cabins. But there's a third option most people are just starting to notice, a hybrid that blends both. And when it's done right, it doesn't look like a barndominium at all. It looks like a custom luxury home. Stay with me, because one design decision in this video is the difference between a space that feels cheap and one that quietly feels expensive. It's not about spending more, it's about combining materials the right way. And the final example we'll look at is the one most people underestimate, but it's the one that creates the strongest wow reaction in real life. Everything here is based on real 2026 builds across the US. Not showcase mansions, not unrealistic Pinterest designs. These are practical, buildable ideas using standard barndominium construction, just approached differently. The goal is simple: take a basic structure and make it feel intentional. Rustic luxury isn't a style you buy, it's a balance you create. Too much steel and the home feels cold. Too much wood and it feels heavy or outdated. The hybrid works because it uses contrast, clean lines paired with natural texture, hard surfaces softened by warm materials, open space grounded by weight and depth. It's not about decorating a barndominium, it's about designing it with restraint. Start with the structure. Before materials, before finishes, comes form. Most steel shells are simple rectangles, and that simplicity is useful, but visually it can feel flat. So the first move is subtle variation: a raised central roofline, a recessed entry, a covered patio that extends from the main structure. You're not changing the building entirely, you're just giving it dimension. Luxury homes rarely feel like one single block. They feel layered. Even small shifts in height or depth create that effect. Material pairing. This is where most builds succeed or fail. The three material rule is critical. One dominant material, one contrasting material, one grounding material. For example, dark steel siding, warm natural wood, and a concrete or stone base. Each one plays a role. Steel gives structure, wood adds warmth, stone or concrete adds permanence. The mistake most people make is adding too much, too many finishes, too many textures. Luxury doesn't feel busy, it feels controlled. The interior shift. The outside creates the impression, the inside confirms it. And the biggest mistake inside barndominiums is trying to upgrade every room. That spreads the budget too thin. Instead, focus on one space, usually the main living area. Make it taller, let the ceiling rise, expose beams or structure, bring in larger windows. That one room becomes the emotional center of the home. When it works, everything else feels elevated by association. So far, nothing we've talked about is extreme. No luxury materials, no oversized budgets, just better decisions. And that's what makes this approach scalable. Lighting as a design tool. Lighting is where rustic and modern meet. Industrial lighting brings sharpness, rustic lighting brings warmth, but the real effect comes from layering both. Soft ambient light, focused task lighting, a few strong visual fixtures, not too many, just enough to guide attention. Light changes how materials feel. Wood looks warmer, metal looks cleaner, and the space feels more intentional. Texture over decoration. Most people try to make a home feel expensive with objects: furniture, decor, accessories. But in well-designed spaces, texture does the work. Grain in the wood, matte finishes on metal, subtle variation in stone or concrete. These are things you don't notice immediately, but you feel them, and that's what gives the space depth. You don't need more items, you need better surfaces. Outdoor connection. A rustic luxury hybrid doesn't stop at the walls. The exterior space matters just as much. A simple covered patio, a defined walkway, basic landscaping that frames the structure. Nothing excessive, just enough to create a sense of arrival. The goal isn't to impress from a distance, it's to create a quiet transition from outside to inside. That's where the luxury feeling starts. Realistic cost expectations. Let's be clear about the numbers. This look doesn't require luxury budgets, but it does require intentional spending. Basic steel shell builds might start lower, but once you add better materials, higher ceilings in key areas, upgraded windows, and thoughtful finishes, you're typically looking at mid-range costs. Not the cheapest option, but far from the most expensive. The difference is where the money goes, not how much is spent. Who this style is for. This approach works best for people who want a clean, modern structure without losing warmth. People who don't want extremes, who want something that feels calm, balanced, and built to last visually. It's not trendy in the loud sense, but it ages well. Rustic-Luxury Barndominium hybrids work because they avoid extremes. They don't try to be something they're not. They take a simple structure and elevate it through better choices, shape, materials, light, texture, sequence. That's how a steel shell stops feeling basic and starts feeling like a home that was designed, not assembled. If this breakdown helped you see barndominiums differently, subscribe to Prefab Pathfinders. We focus on real designs that actually work. And comment below, would you go more rustic or more modern?